Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Okay. The reading that you thought was going up at noontime today will be going up now. So, it was revealed in an Atlantic article, or an article from the magazine The Atlantic, that an editor on The Atlantic was included on a text change using an app called Signal, which is an encrypted app, a little bit more secure than, the normal texting app that you have on your iPhone or something like that. With members of Trump's cabinet and administration, they were included on a text thread about the war plans for bombing the Houthis, the targets, the munitions that were being used, etc., etc. And the person who wrote the article was informed about 2 hours before the announcement of the strikes against the Houthis in Yemen. To say that is a breach of protocol, it would be a mild understatement. Kind of like saying, I don't know, Donald Trump sharing the nuclear our nuclear capabilities of our nuclear submarines with an Australian billionaire is just being a little bit of an oopsie. I mean, for God's sake, there's no excuse for what happened having happened. Apparently, this guy got invited to this thread a couple of days before the actual event, but a couple hours before the event is when that thread became live with people talking and exchanging text messages on it. From what I've read and what I've listened to on some podcasts, there is a lack of decorum and professionalism that was used in the exchanges that would not be tolerated. That's also against the law. But also, you're not supposed to be using Signal and your personal cell phones. Basically, the information that was being exchanged is stuff that would belong in a skiff, not in somebody's cell phone. But tell me again about Hillary's emails and her personal server. Because I really need to be reminded why that was a big deal again. Because, yeah. So, then Trump was asked about it during a news conference. And he's up there like either he didn't know or he's pretending not to know. But, wanting details from the reporter, which kind of tells me he didn't know what was going on. Nobody bothered to tell him. And then, he's going to have to look into it. But, of course, he downplayed anything that his administration did wrong and just upplayed, the devastation that the attack, how successful the attack was on the Houthis. In any normal administration, heck, at work, if I was part of a thread that didn't inform my director of a very important thing that was going on, and then that director was called out, say, in front of her bosses, and she had no idea what was going on with that. Oh, you better believe I'd get an earful about that. I might even lose my job over that. This is the type of thing that should cause Pete Hegseth to immediately resign his position. Because you're the head of that department, and you've had a major security breach, a major security protocol failure. And you're involved with it. How can this be swept under the rug or ignored? But the Trump administration's never been one about holding anybody accountable about anything. Somehow I expect that this is going to be Joe Biden's fault. I just haven't figured out yet because Joe Biden was probably not hard enough on the Houthis, and Trump has to now be hard on the Houthis. It's Biden's fault that his Secretary of Defense used an unauthorized messaging app, including unauthorized people in the media without security clearances, and including them on their war plans. For entertainment purposes only, let's look at the energy around this little gaffe here, and let's look at the fallout from it. Pete Hegseth and company, including editors from The Atlantic on their text threads involving bombing Houthis. What can you tell us about that? Foundation reading is Four of Pentacles. Yeah, keeping secrets, keeping things valuable under wraps, so for your eyes only. Crossed by the judgment, but when things that should be kept under wraps are on blast for everybody and their uncle to hear. About the future actions, about the actions, the planning. This is like the card of planning. About the actions and the planning that are happening. I really don't think this is going to be the only time this happens. Okay, in the past you've got the Eight of Swords. Victimization. Not being in the know. Being bound by rules. I think this is about the intelligence is supposed to be kept under wraps. Only a few people are supposed to know about it. You're supposed to keep tight lips to prevent sinking ships type of thing here. And again, the precedent, the expectation is that the Secretary of Defense, would be held accountable for something like that. Even if it was something he didn't do, if his immediate subordinates had done something like that, they should be resigning. Current situation is the Page of Wands. We're just starting to find out about this through this article. It makes you wonder about other gaffes or other foreign diplomacy that has had issues with it. This is almost like there's going to be a downplaying of it. Overarching energy, temperance. They're going to try to do damage control. It wasn't that big of a deal. Nobody got hurt. Everything was fine. They'll never say I'm sorry, but they may say it won't happen again. But good God. I mean, where's the Senate Intelligence Committee? Where's the committee in the Senate that approved Hegseth? Where's the judiciary? I mean, where are these Senate committees that would be overseeing the Senate Armed Services Committee? Where the hell are they for all this? The lesson to be learned is the Ten of Swords. This should lead to resignation. Absolutely should. Rookie maneuver. This should lead to resignation. Him resigning would at least bring the temperature down a little bit. Might even give you some hope that some people in the Trump administration would be held accountable. Mind you, Donald Trump will never be held accountable, but Hegseth should be stepping down. You're going to have a hard time, taking out some ensign or some coffee boy for this one. Outcome is the Moon card. Are they going to try and cover it up? I wonder if The Atlantic hasn't released everything yet. There's secrets or there's things that haven't been revealed in this. Maybe The Atlantic only revealed some stuff, but they kept other stuff secret. No, as for instance, if there were other threads that they might have been included on that, would have, battle plans against China, Elon Musk type of stuff here that they didn't report on because those acts haven't taken place yet. But I think there's more where this came from. In other words, I don't think this was an isolated incident. There's an indication with the Temperance card and with the Moon card that there's going to be being some downplaying of the events, but there's other stuff that's out there. It's also, secrets being revealed with that Moon card. This is information that should never be out there. And I think there was the thing about Elon Musk was going to be briefed on China, but not briefed on China war plans if they tried to invade Taiwan, that sort of thing. I haven't really read up on the story. My back was out and I wasn't that interested in reading in it. But it's stuff like that. It's just stuff that should cause Senate committees with oversight of the Department of Defense to really want to take it to the secretary in charge of the military. All right, Donald Trump was acting like he didn't know a damn thing about this. Did Donald Trump know a damn thing about this? When he was confronted, 3 of coins, they may not have gotten around to telling him yet. Secrets, things going on in the background, definitely secrets. If they did tell him, it didn't matter because they won anyways. No, I don't think they did. Maybe it might be because they didn't realize who was in on the conversation. Now, all I know is that they were winners. They got the secret strike off. Secrets in there, and I think when they found out, they knew they were cooked. It's basically, who's going to tell them? Nobody wanted to tell them. And that's the thing with dictators and authoritarians, is nobody wants to give them the bad news. Nobody wants to give Putin bad news. With the worst of the dictators, they shoot the messenger because they don't like the news that they're being dealt with or dealt. Honestly, it's possible Trump was told, with the Queen of Swords underneath there, it's possible he was told he wasn't that interested. Or, with the moon card, it could just be his dementia and he forgot. I think, though, that they probably didn't realize it, or when they did realize it, nobody wanted to be the one to tell him. Anybody doing that would get a dressing down by the President of the United States. And they would deserve it. That's the type of thing you get dressed down for as you resign your position. Oh, you resigned your position? That's nice. I'm not done yelling at you. Okay. For Carter. For Carter. How's Pete Hegseth feeling about his job longevity right now? And then we'll ask if Trump is actually going to get rid of him. For Carter, how's Hegseth feeling? Somebody's got to be a scapegoat here. He might be looking for a scapegoat, but somebody's going to be scapegoated for this. There's that Page of Wands again, working on the messaging. Just a rookie maneuver with their messaging about the actions that they were taking. This is like the texting here. Yeah, looking for a scapegoat to take the temperature down. Remember, the Temperance card was the overarching energy. Right now, they're going to look for somebody to blame. Yeah, somebody's going to be booted out. Maybe there might be multiple people that need to resign for this. As a, how's he feeling? I think he feels like he's going to be let go, sacrificed, as to the karmic gods, as a sacrifice for the mistakes he made in the messaging. There could be others that get sacked as well, or he's looking at the loss of opportunity by being fired as was he the Secretary of Defense? He's not liking his longevity, nor should he. He should have resigned already. I record this at 5:30 Pacific time on March 24th, his resignation should already be cold at this point. There's no reason for it not to have happened. But, will Donald Trump even ask for it? It's just a distraction to keep, it might be just the distraction Donald Trump is looking for while Donald Trump does Trumpy things. Okay, what's Trump going to do with Hegseth? What's Trump thinking of Hegseth on this case? Oh, Nine of Wands. This just kind of there's a caution. He's a little unsure what he wants to do here. What other promises can he get out of Hegseth? Part of it is he can't believe Hegseth would do something like that because Hegseth was on Fox News and he was brilliant. How can he make a mistake like that? The World card. Spilling secrets going around the world. This could also be the end of Hegseth's cycle here. In the celebration. Four of Swords. Trump is the type of person, he doesn't like to fire people. But this would seem to indicate an end. This is an end. He celebrated Hegseth. He really he likes him. He's Trump's guy. And to admit that you're wrong is not something Trump does. Trump's weighing on it. Probably leaning towards it. But he's considering it. It probably, that Nine of Wands, is he's waiting to see what the media storm. Is there going to be outrage by people in the United States over this? How big a deal is this going to be? He'll delay. We're looking into it. We're investigating it. Blaming the Democrats and the media. The media shouldn't have been on there. The minute, he'll blame the guy from The Atlantic saying he should have taken himself off that thread immediately because he knew he wasn't supposed to be on there. But, oh God. Now, here's the other thing. How do our allies, and I don't mean allies like North Korea, Russia, and China, but our allies, our traditional allies like Canada, Great Britain, France, amongst other countries, Australia, amongst other countries like the Five Eyes. What do they do with this? Knowing that you've got a bunch of bozos in Trump's cabinet that can't even follow simple security protocols for top secret operations. What are they going to do with the United States? Why would you share anything with them? You can't trust anybody there. Four of Wands. I think, it's kind of like the Five Eyes is going to become the Four Eyes. Said the guy with the glasses. Yeah, and the U.S. deserves it. They're going to stop sharing. Yeah, and while Trump is in there, and we've got MAGA, there is no reason to share information with them because they can't be trusted. Concerns about... Now, the Page of Swords is the spy card, but this could be actions taken with information. So, sharing information allows people to take actions, but you have to judge this administration by their actions, and their actions are reckless. They don't deserve to know the Justice card is the current situation. If they don't have to share it, they're not going to. The U.S. has earned this. It's like getting an international court order not to have to share information anymore. Overarching is the Three of Wands. Yeah, they're just Four of Wands to Three of Wands. The U.S. is going to be excluded on everything but maybe the most important information that the U.S. must see. But I think they're going to hold a lot of stuff back, especially internationally. The lesson to be learned is the Ten of Cups. We're not a big happy family anymore. There's dysfunction in this family. This might make, again, for a stronger 4 eyes versus stronger 5 eyes. But, yeah, no. The U.S. doesn't deserve to share in the bounty, the gold pot, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow type thing. Yeah, information is not going to be shared. It's going to be kept secret from them because the U.S. can't be trusted. How sad is that? But that's life under Donald Trump. So I don't think they told Trump. And Trump is... Hegseth thinks he's going to lose his job anytime now. Trump is going to wait and see what the media firestorm is looking like. And our traditional allies are going to say, yeah, no, we're done. We're not sharing anything with you that we don't have to. We will share things we absolutely have to. What a world. Anyways, there you go. Thank you for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. This reading is for entertainment purposes only, but I hope you found it insightful, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.